Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 133 of the All Can Hear podcast. I'll be your host today, Patrick, and joining me today are my special co-hosts,
Colt. I'm getting his attention. It's me.
Whose attention you're getting?
Colt's.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm Wenzel.
It's Jonathan.
It's Lucas.
And today we have a very special focus for this episode, and we're talking about Jonathan today because
Jonathan.
God damn it!
Wait, that wasn't me.
Oh.
oh no,
Is your phone okay?
It died.
Oh, fuck.
Rest in peace.
it's also a Luke's phone memoriam cast.
We'll send it off.
And like I said, we're talking about Jonathan today, someone that's been a part of the podcast in spirit since the very beginning.
Yep. He's been dead for like... We just resurrected him, but that's also because we needed to kill another person, which was Tanner.
And Cody.
We sacrificed Cody and Tanner.
Cody was a fuck up. We fucked up. On
That was an accident.
yeah.
Good thing we had two extra people to sacrifice to the great beyond in order to get Jonathan back full time on the show.
And I am stronger than ever.
Oh, yeah, no. All that young blood.
Delicious.
It's delicious.
And with today's episode, we wanted to sort of like highlight Jonathan's his stories, just so for everyone who hasn't known him, who hasn't watched the show from the very beginning or listened to it, and sort of like just give an idea for it. And plus, it'd be a great in-person primer for Luke, who's new to the podcast family. Let him know firsthand about what Jonathan's story and adventure through life in the grave has been.
The calamity of Jonathan's life.
No one goes through anything like Jonathan
I
does.
have no idea what to expect.
Okay. It's kind of give like an explanation. I tend to come across and have these weird, odd, bad luck type of experiences that make great stories in hindsight, but kind of suck in the moment.
Because literally, no one has bad luck like Jonathan. If something bad's going to happen, it's going to happen to him.
Yeah, like and I know some of these, like Tanner and Cody have told on the podcast before, but you're hearing it from the horse's mouth.
Yep.
This time.
I mean, this episode has been a long time coming. I mean, this is first teased way back in episode 17.
Yep.
You're about to hear some of these stories like straight from the horse's mouth, from the man himself. So, Jonathan, take us into this first story.
First-hand account. And the first story I want to start off with is one that I know for a fact that has been on the podcast, and it was a experience I had in a bathroom.
Oh, yes!
At Shelton State, which is a community college here in Tuscaloosa. So I was, I think, around my second year, and since it was a community college, all the fucking high schools in the city would come there and have all these like day-long field trips. For like career fairs and kind of just show what Shelton State was all about. So there was this one day I'd just eaten lunch, and I had to use the restroom. So I go to the restroom closest to like the little restaurant that's in the building, and
Chick-fil-A, the only restaurant.
well, it was something different at that time.
Oh, okay.
Because it changes like every like 2 years or so, at least from memory. And so I go into the stall, and I'm doing my business, and all of a sudden this gaggle of high school kids walk into the restroom, and it wasn't just guys either.
Wait, animals? They brought their dogs in?
Yes.
What else do they bring?
There were also high school girls in this restroom.
What the fuck
What
are
the
they
fuck?
doing in the bathroom?
I don't know. I thought I was about to witness something horrifying, and I'm fucking terrified. I'm like, what in the literal fuck is going on? And then all I hear is, man, something smells like shit. And I'm just thinking, yeah, dumbass, you're in a fucking restroom. And it's like, is that fucking asshole over there? And I was just thinking, wait, what? Are they talking to me? Am I the only one in here? I just happened to look up, and a torrent of fucking paper towel balls just rained down upon me while I'm on the fucking shitter.
Just imagine like the arrow scene in 300, but it's just like soggy paper towel balls just like flying over the top of the stall.
Like you just hear, ha, 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 and then they just leave. And I waited like 10 minutes just to make sure they were all gone because I was like, I'm not about to kick anyone's ass today.
I don't blame you if you cried, Jonathan. Because
I did.
I would cry. I would cry.
I was just kind of dumbfounded because
what would you like do or think in that situation?
Just run straight out of the stall screaming at him.
just with my pants down, and they dangle out and everything. Ah!
And that's when Jonathan got arrested in an alternate history.
Yeah, that's when I got arrested for
exposure.
this indecent exposure.
But you're in the
I
bathroom.
remember Cody saying during that incident, like they were trying to like, open the door of the stall you're in.
Oh yeah, that was another detail I fucking forgot because they were like, man, something smells like shit. Yeah, some fucking asshole over there. And then they start like banging on the door like fucking hooligans. I'm like. And I'm like terrified.
Did you say I'm shitting or something?
No, I didn't because I was.
What would you like? What would you even say?
I would just scream, I'm shitting in here.
I would be terrified. I would be frozen in fear. Like, because, like, Jonathan, like, this sounds so, like, bizarre, but, like, the thing is, I can totally believe it, because like, high school kids are assholes.
Oh, yeah, they're the fucking worst.
All those kids, they were budding excretologists. You're gonna deny them like stool samples for their studies?
That's what you should have picked it up from the toilet and started throwing it.
Oh, man, all these high school kids love to eat shit.
They're just like knocking on the wall, like, let's see that shit.
There's a bunch of turd burglars coming in there to put their hands under your ass. I mean, just like that's like I would have said that. I would have been like, "Do you want my shit?
Do you want some? I'll give you some shit,
Then
man.
open the door and throw shit at them."
What are they gonna do? Try to fight you? What? I'll throw more shit at you.
But there's like 15 kids in there that be throwing their dookie right back.
They want to go have a shit fight.
No. They didn't come in that bathroom. They didn't come in that bathroom.
Shit fight, motherfucker. But yeah, like, oh man, I didn't want to end up on like a weird ass headline in the news that day.
Yeah.
Man throws shit at high school kids.
A stool-soaked man like assaults school children.
And then it's like people try to go to Jonathan. They'll be like, "What happened that day?" It's like no one believes me. Nobody says the truth. The truth is those kids attacked me.
It's like you see like Jonathan just like covered in like piss and shit with toilet paper behind him. It's like, and he just like lives in the woods as like shitfoot.
he always had shit on his feet.
That's the only sound he makes.
Listen, you can hear the sound. I'm sorry.
What is shit?
Yes, Colt, that is shit.
Oh man, it's like, do you hear he's out there?
You can smell him coming.
Oh god.
That's also a little fun fact for any new listeners and to Luke himself. A good like 60% of the early episodes is just like piss and shit talk.
Yeah, so it all comes full circle.
Yep.
All right, Jonathan.
So yeah, that was that story.
The stall incident. What's story number 2 there, Jonathan?
Story number 2. Okay, this one is a story from high school, which is kind of like 2 stories in one. This one it was me and a group of friends, and we went to the opening high school football game for our town, and our football team was just notoriously bad.
Still is.
Still is. They're just god fucking awful. So what we decided to do, just kind of be like fucking assholes, was we were going to be super fans for our team. And we took our shirts off and painted ourselves. And so on the ride up there, we're on the because this was an away game, and it was a pretty far ride. We were on the interstate, and we just see this deer run out to the median. And we were all just sitting there, don't do it. Don't fucking do it. Don't do it. You know what the deer does? Runs back out into the road in front of a semi-truck.
Shit.
That bitch exploded.
Fuck.
Luckily, we were far enough back to where we didn't get any guts on us.
Didn't get misted.
Wait.
We didn't get misted, but because like all we saw was we see it run out in front of the truck, and it's just this red cloud.
God.
We're then driving by, and not only do we see like all chunks of like fur and hair and piss and shit all in the truck, but like all the cars around the truck. And there was one guy, he was so fucking pissed. It was hilarious. So we get up there. Another detail is one of the people that was with us was Pat's sister's boyfriend. And
Who's a hooligan?
who is a hooligan. And,
Love him to death, but he's a hooligan.
and the thing about James is a lot of times he doesn't know when to stop.
You can say that twice.
So we get there, we take our shirts off, we paint ourselves, we make ourselves look like fucking morons.
It's also the second time you get arrested.
Yeah, that was the second out of 5 times I've gotten arrested. Not really. To any employers out there, I've never been arrested. But so we get out there, and I kind of side tangent. I remember going back to school that next Monday and just kind of being embarrassed looking at my fellow classmates in the face, because at the time I thought it was funny. So then, we were making asses out of ourselves, and then we decide, you know what? Let's go to the home side. So we go to the home side, and we sit down in this gaggle of old men.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Old white men in Alabama who love them the fuck out of some football. So we're like, yeah, woo, go defense. We were just being assholes. And the old men didn't think it was funny.
Fuck.
So one of them walks up to us and says, he's like, y'all better quit that shit or we're going to get you thrown out. We're going to call the cops on you. And we're like, okay, And then fucking James says one more goddamn thing. He was like, woo, yeah, go defense. And I thought we were about to get mauled. They got so fucking mad. They called the cops. So we ran.
We ran.
We kind of like split off. At the end of the day, the cops really didn't care. They were just probably like, what the fuck, really?
Yeah,
y'all need to calm down.
Like
Just
these geezers
fucking-
got their britches in a twist about like some ornery kids, and then
At a high school football game.
Yeah, and like we were getting it was not even halftime, and we were losing like 48-0.
But Jonathan, you gotta take this stuff serious.
Yeah, so like.
just to clarify, you were at the this is an away game, and you were
Yeah.
at the opposing team's home side.
Yeah, we were. This was like you said, it was an away game, and we were on the opposing team's home side. So
You're in their territory now.
Yeah.
You gotta be respectful.
which, like we said earlier about the kids in the Shelton State bathroom, we were a bunch of assholes as high school kids. So then, like around halftime, we kind of had enough of it, and we just left. But that was, I'll never forget that day where we literally saw a deer explode and we almost got arrested.
Because that's how the cops found them. They were just covered in deer guts.
Yeah, and like our colors were red, so
Oh, yeah. It worked
Yeah.
out in the end.
that was another detail I forgot. We bathed ourselves in the deer's blood.
Wow, that's a huge detail.
I'm sorry for burying the lead like that.
I mean, they're going to let the blood go to waste.
That's not the issue, Pat. The issue is that he buried the lead.
But no, we just had paint, and it was like a shitty paint job too. It was bad.
Oh, lead.
Lick the paintbrush.
Oh yeah, We got cancer.
Oh, okay.
I think this is another story that's been told on the podcast. And this one happened while I was at University of Alabama with Cody and Tanner.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
So what we would do is our classes kind of lined up so we would meet for lunch like every other day or so. It was like Tuesdays and Thursdays. So we're all getting our food, and for some reason my food took exceptionally longer than Cody or Tanner's. So we had this usual area we would sit at every day. So they get their food and they walk back where they mopped but did not put a wet floor sign. Cody almost busted it. He kind of like slipped. He's like, oh, fuck. Tanner did the same thing. Oh, fuck, but they caught themselves. And they were like, and they even said, Jonathan's going to bust his fucking ass.
But wait, Jonathan, what happens?
That's what we call in the storytelling business foreshadowing, Pat.
Oh.
Because, okay, so I get my food. I forgot what it was. It was like Panda Express and fucking Dr. Pepper, and I'm just a bebopping along. Like, I'm ready to chow down. I was fucking hungry. And then all of a sudden, I fucking slip, bust my knee on the ground, scream, God damn it! And from the way Cody and Tanner described it, I kind of just like hit the ground and then just like pops back up and like continued my stride. Dr. Pepper was everywhere.
I was about to say, did you spill Dr. Pepper?
I was fucking pissed.
My favorite thing about that story what they were telling is just like Dr. Pepper just, like spread everywhere. Like,
Yeah, it was everywhere. And there was no wet floor sign. There might have been one like further down, but I didn't see it. So I was just like, slip.
You could have got compensation.
I could have, but I wasn't hurt. The only thing that was really hurt was my pride.
I was about to say, that's like a huge injury. I'd sue for like,
but how are you going to pay for your mesothelioma, Jonathan?
yeah, you need that money.
I have diabetes.
Oh my God.
So yeah.
That
I'm
was
sorry.
good.
That, like,
The first time that Cody told it, I thought you shit yourself when you fell. For
when
some
first-
reason.
no, for some reason in my mind when Cody told it, it sounded like you fell like completely flat on your back and like the Dr. Pepper spilled all over your face. But the way it was so fucking funny, and it's still funny now. Don't get me wrong, like it was terrible that it happened, but it's just like you said, it's a funny story to tell.
It's a great bit because they also said that when you hit the ground, you didn't really react. You're just like, well, shit.
Well, shit. Yeah. And if you can't tell, like I'm a really klutzy person. So, so if I'm the person who's just going to fall on their face, if it's going to be anybody. All right, and then the next one. Okay, I can't even read. This one also involves James as well.
Oh, but say Dr. Pepper.
But he's not super integral to it. It was just the person I was. So in high school, I was in all 4 years. I was in the JROTC program.
Hoorah!
Hoorah, hoorah, hoorah.
Yeah, we were little assholes. So we and I think this might have been it was my junior year.
I'm sorry.
You gonna put on your chapstick right now, Winslow, in
Sorry.
front of his story?
I have a receipt in my pocket. It's rustling so much. I just wanted to get my chapstick.
There we go. He just put his chapstick on.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. So I had it the first block. Mm-hmm. So in one of the mini club, because we had the ROTC class, and then in that class there were like numerous clubs you can do. and one of them was color guard, which was one I was usually a part of.
Okay.
And we would we do like the fancy like Marine like rifle flipping shit.
Yeah.
But it didn't look near as good because we were like 16 and dumb. And we at the time we had I think my senior year we replaced them with like fake dummy rifles, but at the time they were real M1 Garands.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but they just had the action welded shut. I mean, you could literally like set it on the ground and kick break the weld, but like I mean, it wouldn't have fired.
Still, that must have been heavy as shit.
Oh yeah, they were really fucking heavy, and I think I broke one time.
Fuck.
But so it was me, James, and another guy. We were on the football field. And, we were practicing that stuff. And the head football coach comes riding up on a golf cart.
Oh.
If it's the same coach I had, wow.
It probably was.
Was still on that golf cart when we graduated.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. The joke was the dude was high all the time because we would walk in. Because the holding area, if you didn't eat breakfast, was in the gym before class started. And he just looked baked out of his mind every day. Just like red eyes. Just, you'd walk up to him, he was like, "What's up, man?" He's just super fucking chill. So this guy rides up. James is doing his stuff. And doesn't break or anything, snatches the rifle out of James's hand, and then proceeds to drive around the football field in the stadium on this golf cart, just gun out front going, pew, pew, what the fuck? Pew, 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 pew. And we were just dumbfounded. We were like, wait, what? Is this really happening? He rides back, hands it back to him, and then doesn't say a goddamn word, drives off.
What the
the
fuck?
fuck?
If that happened like today, he would be fucked for life.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't like pointing it at any kids because there wasn't really anyone besides us out there. But like,
He was just dicking around.
yeah, just pew, pew, pew.
But just imagine it's like any other like faculty or student saw like a coach with like even like a inoperable M1 Grand just like going bang 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 bang, like holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you said, it was funny though, because when you said he doesn't break or anything, I thought you were gonna say he runs over James.
He just picks up the gun out of like James' crumpled body.
After he fucking just hits him, rams him with that golf cart.
It's like my feet are inside me.
Man.
So yeah.
How did he still have a job for so long?
I don't know.
And this story is going to kind of have a sad ending to it because I found out from some other person I know who went to his church that apparently the reason why he looked high was he had I think it was MS or some
Yeah.
other thing, and the medication just kind of made it look that way.
Yeah.
And
He still carried a gun around the field shooting.
He was having a good time.
shooting it.
he was having a gay old time, as they used to say. And then finally, the last story.
Oh, this is a very special story. I was privy to this.
This is the grand finale, and this is the worst date, probably in the history of ever. Probably not in the history of ever, but at least the worst date I've ever been on. So I was around 20 at the time, and it was on the old dating apps. I don't even remember which one it was at this point.
eHarmony.
Farmers only.
Christian Mingle.
Ooh. Either of those.
It was Christian Mingle, definitely.
I don't think he's denying it. I think it was actually Christian Mingle.
No, I forget which one it was.
Yeah, there's a ton. Doesn't matter.
But so I was talking with this girl from Gadsden, and if you to kind of give like listeners who aren't familiar with the area, know that's about a 2.5 hour drive from where we live. Mm-hmm. So we we hit it off. Things are going good. We're and so she's like, you should come down one day. I was like, yeah, sure. So the day comes. It was like during the summer, I think. And then I tell my mom, I was like, I got a date. I'm going to be in Gadsden. And normally my mom was like, wait, what? And she was weirdly fine with it. So I get in my shitty ass fucking truck, drive all the way there. And already I could tell something was kind of off because she was really, like, the directions she gave were really fucking weird. So, like, she didn't want to meet at her house where we would be hanging out. She wanted to meet at the public library near her house.
Okay.
So we meet there, and it was, I don't know, it was like, I'm a really awkward person, so and she was really awkward too, so it was kind of like, oh, what do? So we get there, I get in her car, we go back to her house, and I was like, well, why didn't we just meet at your house? And she's like, well, neighbors are kind of nosy, don't want people spying. I was like,
okay,
what the fuck? And she kind of lived in like this like upper middle class like subdivision, so like part of me was like, okay, white people are nosy as fuck, I get it. So we go in, and like I said, it was still so awkward, and she's like, we could play Call of Duty.
What the fuck?
It's like, okay, and then we hear the door open.
Oh, I'm so scared.
I'm really scared.
Or hold on. Okay, I'm going to rewind.
Like, what Call of Duty were you playing?
Oh, we didn't get to that.
Oh.
We didn't get that far. So we rewind. I get there, and I'm like really nervous because drive all the way out here.
First date,
maybe things can. And I have to shit.
Yes! Yeah! That's our Jonathan!
He's always got shit.
So, like, I'm like...
and that's like nervous shits, too. So that sucks.
Oh, yeah.
You come out of there all sweaty, fucking...
Full of shit.
Yeah. And what a perfect bookend. We started with shit, we end with shit.
Yeah. So... I get there, I'm like, where's your restroom? And she's like, oh, it's just over there. So I go use the restroom. I do my thing. I compose myself because I was like sweaty and nervous. And then we get back to, you want to play some Call of Duty? Okay, whatever. Because like it was one of those things, like we were talking online. It was like, we were really getting into it, and not like the Call of Duty, other stuff.
Call of Duty wasn't a euphemism?
Wait, what? I thought
he was going to be enlisted in the military.
Are you not actually playing Call of Duty?
No. So that happens, and then we hear the door open, and she gets the most deer in the headlights, oh shit face ever. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, who is that? She's like, I have no idea. I think that's my dad.
You're just playing Call of Duty. I don't know why it matters.
Yeah, dude.
So I'm in the house of this girl I've just met in person today, and her dad comes home, and she's like, she looks me dead in my soul and says, "You have to hide."
Oh no!
And I'm like, what? She's like, no, you have to fucking hide. And I said, I was like, and then I turned into C-3PO at that moment. And that, like, well, we could just surrender. We could just tell him what happened, kind of blah, blah, blah. She's like, no, you don't understand. You have to hide. I'm like, where the fuck am I going to hide? Okay, so the way her room worked was like, here's the door, and then right beside her door was the bed. Well, in between the bed and the wall, there was this little space. Mm-hmm. She's like, just jump there. I'm like, okay.
Fuck you, am I right?
Yes. And I don't even think I had my shoes on at that point. So I'm just like, I'm hiding in this little area. And then if the voice of this man who was her father was the embodiment of, you better not fuck with my daughter or I'm gonna shoot your ass.
You better do not. You don't put your seed in my daughter now, you hear?
Yeah. So I'm just like mortified, and he kind of is in the door, the doorway of her room, and she's just kind of like talking, and she's like, he's like, well, like, what's going on? He's like, yeah. She's like, I'm just chilling, blah blah blah. I think he even notices my shoes.
I was about to say, like,
about your truck?
That's at the public library.
No,
that's right,
because we left it at the public
but
library.
the shoes, like, I mean,
and the thing is apparently he wasn't supposed to be there, but she forgot he had a doctor's appointment that day and left work early, and to take a shower beforehand. So, like I said, it's the most like, if you touch my daughter, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I was terrified sitting there in that little crack beside her bed. And he
with the bug.
Yeah. So he goes, I think, to the kitchen to like fix some food or something, and she kind of runs back and is like kind of giving me an update. And apparently he's going to take a shower. Once he takes a shower, we're going to sneak out and leave. I'm like, okay.
fuck.
So, it was a 2-story house, and he was going to, I think he was going to take in a shower in the bathroom downstairs, where I took a shit.
Oh, shit.
So,
blame it on the daughter.
he walks into that bathroom, and I hear, oh my God! Because apparently there was still some residual stank in that bathroom. And she had to take blame for that next He's like, fuck this, and goes upstairs to take a shower, where then we promptly sneak out. Unscathed. I didn't die that day. So we go back, we get lunch at this really shitty Mexican restaurant, and I was pissed. I was fucking pissed. And so, because I had to drive about 3 hours back home.
Yeah.
After having like one of the most terrifying experiences of my life. So,
did you marry this girl?
No, I'd never talked to her since.
Good.
I ghosted her. So yeah, after we eat, I get my truck. I came back home and never talked to her again, because that was an unforgettable experience.
I just imagine poor little Jonathan laying on the side like this, like hands on like that on his tummy, just waiting not to get killed.
I was kind of imagining like in that scenario, like he's like kind of like pressed between the wall and the bed. He's just kind of like his head's just kind of like he's peeking out with his head and his arm, kind of like almost like Han Solo and Carbonite, just kind of peeking out. It's like flop sweat, and then like old girl is just kind of like blah blah blah. Hey dad, he just like peering out of the corner of the door, just like I'm just imagining just like 2 cheeks full of dip, just like black ooze running down his chin.
Yeah,
Cowboy hat.
Sounds like a nice house though. 2 stories.
I mean, it was a pretty nice little subdivision. Like I said, upper middle class.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was.
Did your heart turn into like a jackrabbit? It's like,
I nearly exploded.
Yeah, no, for like I bet like that sounds terrifying. And like another instance I imagine of Jonathan being in that little corner is like when Cody got stuck between the wall of his fucking
But
mother.
he got stuck and couldn't move
Yeah,
without another person's help.
yeah,
Multiple times.
When he was 23, I think.
multiple times.
I know, and I had to help him. So yeah,
Emphasis on multiple times.
because okay, Lucas, he tried to show us how it happened. Oh my god, I remember. He showed us
stuck
how.
while trying to show you.
Yes, and that's exactly what happened. He got stuck while trying to show us, and I just remember the first time he got stuck. I was playing Call of Duty with Colt,
Yeah, we're playing Black Ops 3. We're
and
having
I
a blast.
just fucking hear Colt. Colt! And
I thought it was something silly.
and
Like
Colt,
he was a, look
so,
at my boob.
so it was like for an hour, Colt didn't respond, and then it kept going on. And Colt was like, "I gotta go check this out," and I just hear like rustling, and Colt comes back, and he's like, he got fucking stuck between his mother's bed and the wall, and then he got stuck again to try to show us.
The thing is, he was in there trying to find the cat.
He's trying to look for the fucking cat, Nova, that fat little asshole.
Oh my god, that is the bitch of a fucking cat.
God damn it! What a day.
What a day.
What a day indeed.
So that was like a little taste, Luke, and everybody out there, of just like that hapless, painstaking life that Jonathan leads.
And
He
just-
never knows when he's gonna fall down a flight of stairs or get like his hand caught in a rotary blade or something.
Or have another bad date where he almost gets attacked.
Yeah, his shit almost gets him caught.
But I feel like not every Jonathan story is just like treachery and fear. There's also times where he's pretty badass, like when he got a ninja star.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't really know if that's badass or just absurd. Which most of his stories are absurd, but
Okay. Epilogue. Okay, so I went with this was a weird situation. Apparently, like I went with one of our like church friend, like my mom's church friends, to this little like flea market that we have near where we grew up. And you know, at those weird ass flea markets, there's always that one asshole that has like all the fucking knives and shurikens and swords and shit.
yeah.
And I think I was like 17 or 18 at the time. I might have been younger, actually. So I buy a shuriken because it was like $2. and I mean, it was a real fucking thing, too. So go over to Cody and Colt's.
Because we were getting ready to do some stuff for the day. We're gonna have a big get together with friends.
I think we were going to do a live stream.
Yeah, we are. We were.
And so they're setting shit up. And I said, "Hey guys, check this out!" And I throw it into the fucking wall.
I wasn't expecting that shit. I just hear a loud thud, and I look behind me.
Don't. And they were like, "What?"
Shuriken in the fucking wall. I mean, I wasn't around during that time, but they tell that all the time, and
It was just a great bit to hear them say, because it's like Jonathan's like just like flings the star and it's like embeds itself perfectly in the wall.
I will say that Jonathan does do these random like bits of badassery where like it'll be that, or like that one time where in Tanner's house he has a fan that like part of the decorations is that the keys are on the switch, like the keys make up the switches to pull on it. The fucker just does this super high kick and kicks a key off the fucking fan. Like this fan is on the ceiling.
And then Jonathan has like this fucking like martial arts when he just like makes his leg perpendicular to his body. He's like, "Hey, just like flicks
It's like
the key off.
it's like an
I
air.
can't do that anymore. I'm
Yeah, I was
not
about to
as
say, 'cause
flexible
that was
as I
like-
used to be.
That was like
year ago?
that was an air split, like a standing split. It made no fucking sense. So yeah, that's Jonathan's life.
Because that's the two sides of Jonathan's coin, where he's incredibly klutzy and just like prone to accident, but he also has the hidden badass that comes out from time to time. That's the side that we all see, but
Yeah, I will say it's like most of it is like this is a big puddle of like or a big ocean of just calamity and klutz and clumsiness, but then it occasionally drips out into like awesome badass moments. It's like little drops.
the still
It
Jonathan.
looks like you were milking a cow.
Yeah, you milking it?
Very tiny.
Milking the
Very
ocean.
very tiny cow. Yes, I'm milking.
we have the badass version of Jonathan that plays metal songs in our basement and just like
Yeah.
thrashes and wakes the neighbors. So thank you all for joining us today and hearing the story of Jonathan straight from the source. Thank you all for listening.
Part 1.
Part 1.
Maybe something fucked up will happen to Jonathan tomorrow. And we'll talk about it in the future.
Yeah, maybe.
Next episode in memorial.
Because last time I checked, Jonathan is still got several more years of life left. So,
Yeah, gotta check that watch, baby.
yep.
That countdown app, like that movie that's coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Countdown, where you get an app and it tells you that how long you got to live.
That's just a rip off of that one movie where people would steal time from the others.
And time was
In
like
Time.
oh,
Yeah.
time.
With Justin Timberlake.
And
Yeah.
time was like a commodity. And that movie countdown, it literally has one of the kids from fucking the React series made by the Fine
Oh,
Brothers. Yeah, it's
okay.
really weird.
It reminds me of that stuff that you see on Facebook way back in the days, like this if you don't want to die. And
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's exactly what it is.
Retweet
Persona-
this to die immediately.
Personified into a movie.
So that was the story of Jonathan. Part 2, inevitable for sure. So you can follow the podcast on Twitter and Instagram at AYCH Podcast. You can follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/AllYouCanHear. You can watch all of our streams in perpetuity on YouTube at AllYouCanHear. And you can follow us and listen to us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Spotify, any RSS feed catcher. We're there. We're just letting it all play out.
Yep.
And this is Patrick. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at John Lost His Name. You can follow my art on Facebook at John Lost His Name Art.
My name's Colt. Follow me on Twitter at ColtD00. Thank you.
I'm Wenzel. Thank you for listening. You follow me on Twitter at WinzyBooking. Follow my art Instagram at World of Winsy. And thanks again, Lucas, for being on another podcast episode and getting introduced to this absurdity.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
My name's Jonathan. You can follow me on Twitter and Letterboxd at JohnNodenSon12 for more wacky shit. Maybe, I don't know. I don't post very often.
This is Lucas. Thank you guys for having me again. It's been very insightful with Pat and Jonathan today. If you want to check out what I'm doing, I'm at Luke Inks on Instagram.
And before we close out for today, Luke, why don't you give us a little sneak preview of what's coming next week on the podcast?
I'm just going to mix some words together.
Actually, I was going to let you give everybody a little sound tip for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What does that
What was that mean?
What does that mean? Stay tuned to find out. We'll see you all next week. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.